two Evan Longoria home runs and two comeback wins. Tonight, the Rays look for the sweep, starting Jeff Neiman versus Baltimore, aiming to claim their second 3-0 start in franchise history. Tonight, we welcome you to Tropicana Field for Game 3 of the series opening week, presented by Mitsubishi Motors. The Tampa Bay Rays play host once again to the Baltimore Orioles. Rays have taken the first two games of this series by scores of 4-3. Tonight, they're looking for a sweep. With Kevin Kennedy, I'm Dwayne Stats. Great to have you aboard as the Rays and the Orioles square off again. You know, Evan Longoria's profile continues to get higher and higher, starting only his third year. You know, last year he got off to a great start. He, in fact, was the American League April Player of the Year, and he's making noise as if he'd like to be the April Player of the Month this year.
Well, I think he's got a chance to go further than that. I picked him last week to be the MVP of the American League. No, I didn't just say that after the first two games. I said it before, and he's coming up like one already. Some clutch home runs, and one the first night got the game close already, and last night another one. That became the difference maker. A couple of home runs, 4 RBIs, and a big double also last night. Came up huge. He can just crush a fastball. There's no question about that. I think he's only going to get better in time. And you know what? He's capable of hitting 35 to 40 every single year and driving in with this lineup about 121. And for good measure, he's in the 4 spot right now. This is a deeper lineup all the way around 1 through 9 than it was a year ago.
And on the hill for the Rays here tonight will be the big right-hander, Jeff Neiman, a 13-game winner last year, and we saw him make his first start last year against the Orioles. He struggled in the first inning, settled in, pitched into the 6th inning. A great learning experience for him. You talk about control. He talks about not only controlling that 6'9" body, but controlling himself on the mound to stay in charge out there.
And as Jim Hickey said on the pregame show with Brian and Todd, I mean, he's got the whole arsenal of pitches. He's got the good fastball, he's got a slider, he's got that spike curveball, and he's got the off-speed stuff. He developed that split in the middle of the year with the help of Dan Wheeler, you know, and he used that. He used that at times behind the count and would double up on it. So you can't just sit on any one pitch for Jeff Neiman. He's able to repeat his delivery. I like his work ethic, as Jim Hickey talked about. The numbers versus Baltimore, I would kind of dismiss that, the 588. He's a different pitcher than he was, you know, in his first start from a year ago to right now.
And another great pitching matchup. This American League East is something else. And it will be Jeff Neiman, who was 13-6 a year ago, against Brian Mattis. He's only 23 years old, but boy, he has a chance to be a very good young pitcher for a long time in this league. So the Rays and the Orioles square off as the Rays look to take 3 straight. We'll be back with all the action. Todd Callis will be along as well. The Rays and the Orioles right around the corner. the Baltimore Orioles. Right now, let's go to the field. Here's Todd Callis.
Dwayne, thank you very much. Sweeps were such a big part of the Rays' success in the 2008 championship season. Some big sweeps against the Cubs, against the Red Sox along the way. And tonight they go for their first sweep of the 2010 campaign. Joe Madden kind of joked around that he wasn't a very good opening day manager. As you take a look, Joe, in the third game of the year, though, is undefeated, a perfect 4-0. And after 10 sweeps in 08 and 7 in 09, the Rays look for #1 this year behind Jeff Neiman. And the skipper talked about trying to keep that perfect record in Game 3 this season.
I didn't realize I was that good in the third game of the season. I don't know what it's attributable to. Maybe I get angry after games 1 and 2 and just say the right thing to the players. I have no idea. But I like the idea of Jeffrey pitching game number 3. He had a great spring, and I think that he keeps getting better also. His fastball command is so good, and also the command of his breaking stuff. I mean, that's where he really kind of separates himself. He has such good command of other pitches.
Joe with a lot of faith in Jeff Neiman. He is ready to go. It's the Rays and the Orioles on a Thursday night, wrapping up the series before the Yankees come in town for the weekend. We have just over 3 minutes until the first pitch. Enjoy all the action next with Dwayne and Kevin.
Or you could just buy a Toyota. Visit your local Toyota dealer today. Toyota, moving forward. And by Buddy's Home Furnishings, where there's no credit needed and up to 6 months, same as cash. Rays winners opening night 4-3. Winners last night 4-3. And tonight, they send the big right-hander Jeff Neiman to the mound against Brian Mattis. Here is the Baltimore Orioles starting lineup. Ryan Roberts again at the top spot, followed by Adam Jones and Nick Markakis. Miguel Tejada hitting cleanup at third in front of Luke Scott. And Matt Wieters, he has some very good numbers against Neiman. Nolan Reimold is the DH tonight with Garrett Atkins at first. And Julio Lugo, the former Ray, at shortstop.
Big right-hander is 6'9". Jeff Neiman, 27 years old, 31 games last season, a great 13-6 record. Very much a respectable 3.94 earned run average. 17 home runs given up and a .266 batting average against for Jeff. And the defense behind Jeff Neiman around the outfield. Left fielder Kyle Crawford once again. DJ Upton in center. Gabe Kapler gets the start in right. Evan Longoria and Jason Bartlett around the infield with Ben Zobrist and Carlos Pena. And behind the plate, it's Kelly Shopik doing the game calling for Jeff Neiman.
Joe Madden, the Rays skipper in his 5th year. The 2008 American League Manager of the Year. And there's Dave Tremblay. He took over in the middle of 2007 as the skipper of the Baltimore Orioles. He sends Brian Roberts up there to lead it off. Here's the first pitch of the game, and it's fouled out of play. Strike one, so we are underway right on time. Roberts starts this game 0 for 10. But he has some pretty good numbers against Neiman. Right there on the fastball up.
Yeah, Kelly Shopik right away, starting away, and then you see Kelly move in. They wanted that fastball up and in. It's up, but it's out over the plate. But Jeff did get it up, and Brian couldn't catch up with it.
Foul ball back. That's going to be out of play. Well, Neiman last year lost his first 2 starts and was 2 and 3 after his first 6. But beyond that, he really settled in and had a great year. He went 11 and 3 the rest of the way. And a roller out to second. Zobrist with the toss to Pena. And that's the first out. 1 up, 1 down. Tonight's Rays broadcast on Fox Sports Florida is presented in beautiful HD, as in high definition, by H.H. Gregg. One out. Here's the center fielder, Adam Jones. Jones is 4 for 9 in the series. Lofts it into short left center. It's Upton coming on. 2 gone. So Jones goes after the first pitch and is out number 2.
Yeah, he likes that fastball, and they went right in on Adam Jones. Didn't let him get extended, and the ball had some tailing action to it. Adam got underneath it.
That's Nick Markakis. The guys in the lineup who have done well against Neiman for Baltimore. Markakis, one of them. Roberts before him. And Wieters. There's the first pitch strike to Markakis. Roberts has been retired on the ground ball. Jones on the fly ball. One and one now.
You could tell the momentum building last summer as it went on. He was just gaining more and more confidence, and really that's what you should do. The way he pitched last summer, rough start that you mentioned, but boy, he gained confidence, and I like that he was using all of his pitches.
Down.
And not afraid to use his breaking ball or his split behind the count. To double up on it. He's able to repeat his delivery. If you look at his alignment of his feet, he slides that right foot back toward the first base side of the rubber, but when he lands with the front foot, he's in perfect alignment going straight toward his target.
You always hear about those tall pitchers and how difficult it sometimes can be to keep everything in sync.
Yep.
And he does a great job at that, and that's it's a physical thing, but it's also a mental thing.
Yeah, here it is. Well, Jeff will start with the right foot to the right side of the rubber, and then as he goes into the windup, you'll see the right foot right here. He's going to slide this way and then push straight toward his target. Right there. Very nice.
Count holds at 2-2.
Everybody does it a little different, but when you get when you're 6'9" and you get the big feet that he has, you might start on one side, but you're going to end up on the other when you get into the turn position. But it works for Jeff. But I like that his landing leg is in perfect alignment toward his target. Doesn't step across his body. And he's able to make all of his pitches look the same.
And a broken bat. Look out. That bat winds up in the stands. Markakis is out. Zobrist to Pena. And that retires the side. Rays coming in to hit. No score. Joe Madden has Jason Bartlett leading off, Carl Crawford, and then Ben Zobrist at second, hitting third. Last year hit over 400 against the Orioles. Evan Longoria, Carlos Pena, and B.J. Upton down the middle. The DH again, Pat Burrell. Gabe Kapler gets a start. He'll hit eighth and play right field. And Kelly Shopping starting again tonight. All against the lefty, Brian Mattis.
Yeah, and this lefty is a preseason favorite for Rookie of the Year. Last season in only 44 2/3 innings, he did have a 5-2 record. He had 38 strikeouts, a 292 batting average against, but he pitched a pretty good ball game against the Rays right here, and he changed speeds extremely well. Big lefty from University of San Diego.
And here's Bartlett to lead it off. First pitch outside. A fastball away from him. Jason starting the year 3 out of 8. Lines it toward the corner, but it's going to hook foul. A souvenir and no spillage down there.
No spillage. You got to do it with one hand. Can't spill it that early. It's too early in the ball game for that.
Yeah.
He jumped all over that fastball. Wouldn't be surprised to see a changeup right here, because he's able to do it. Nope.
Fastball down, 2-1.
He will do it in hitters' counts, though, like 2-1. He has no fear of throwing his off-speed stuff here.
Shot toward right center field. Markakis back, though, and he makes the grab.
Hey, just saw Nick Markakis. The rest of the outfield defense goes this way. And left, it's Luke Scott tonight getting a start out there. Adam Jones in center. Around the infield, Miguel Tejada. Julio Lugo gets a start at short. Brian Roberts at second. Garrett Atkins back out there at first. Matt Wieters behind the plate doing the game calling from Brian Mattis.
Carl Crawford. At this one low.
He wants to establish that fastball first, get the feel of that before he starts fooling around. All fastballs so far.
And another one, this one in for a strike. So you're right, that's 6 pitches, all fastballs. You got Bartlett on the fly ball to right off the fastball. Down away right there. 2 balls and a strike.
Well, everything works off of that. I mean, it makes your change up your curveball that much better. You can have fastball command on both sides of the plate.
That's 3-1.
All fastball.
Crawford was 0 for 3 in the game Manis pitched against the Rays last year. Strike. So a full count. Pop foul. That's going to carry out a play. Manis at 23. And in fact, he just recently turned 23 during spring training. He was 11-2 in the minor leagues for the Orioles last year at A ball and Double A, and then 5-2 with the big club. Another fastball and another foul ball.
I just noticed something on a personal note. He's got. That was my number, my first big league camp with the Orioles.
There you are.
17, and I gave it right back almost immediately. I thought I was really going to have a long career there. When my first big league camp, when I was on the roster, they gave me number 17, a fairly decent low number. Yeah, I didn't get 62 or 63.
And ball 4 is inside. An attempt at a breaking ball.
Yeah.
And he walked him at 3-2 breaking
his
ball.
First
there.
one. Yeah, his first one. A little surprised because Carl was a little late on the fastball, but he elects to try his first little, look like a slider. That's not his curve. Little slider right there. And he missed badly.
Well, 11 straight fastballs and then ball 4 on that 3-2 breaking pitch. A little slider. And here's Ben Zobrist. Let's see if he sees a fastball. And the first pitch, he misses with it. 1 ball and no strikes. It was Zobrist who hit the home run off Mattis. He got ahead in the count 2-0 and hit a fastball out last August off it. Crawford back in. Here's the other thing about Mattis is, even though he's left-handed, he has had problems holding runners. They run a lot on him. So we'll see if the Rays can take advantage of that. That's a strike.
Yeah, the league stole 21 out of 25 bases off of Brian Mattis last year when he was on the mound. The Fox tracks right here. Yeah, top part of the zone, right on the outside corner.
Fastball is fouled. Holds the count at 1-2. Well, good arm, and there it is. Good off-speed stuff. Breaking stuff and change up. Crawford goes and a move over there, throw down to second, and they're going to get him. So Mattis to Atkins and then Lugo, and that's a caught stealing.
And that was just guessing first movement because that wasn't a good move. Carl just was guessing that he was going to the plate. Take a look. That's not a great move. He just picked up his right foot and Carl took off. And Atkins, being a third baseman, did a nice job in the pass over in Colorado because he charged the ball and got a good angle for his shortstop to make a nice throw to Lugo.
Foul right back into the upper deck.
And that's what you have to do. I mean, he didn't wait for the ball to get to him, Garrett Atkins I'm talking about. He went and got that ball on the grass before it got to him. And that's why he was able to get Carl Crawford as easy as he did. That's smart.
Yeah, that's smart because he's already where he needs to be to make that throw.
Absolutely.
Down to second with that angle.
And it wasn't a quick pickoff. That was just a throw over.
Alvarez fouls another one back. this. He's out on strikes. That retires the side. We're at the end of an inning. No score.
Poll question brought to you by AutoWay. If you need a car, truck, or van, who are you going to call? Call 1-800-SHOP-AutoWay. Text 789-789 to make your choice for this question. Guys, we're going to ask the fans, which Rays starter do you think will have the most wins during the 2010 season? TB1 for James Shields, TB2 for Matt Garza, Jeff Neiman, tonight's starter, TB3, David Price, TB4, and Wade Davis, TB5. Again, text your votes to 789-789. Standard message and data rates apply. Last year, Neiman got the fewest percentage of the votes in the beginning of the season, and sure enough, he would end up with the most wins. Guys, back to you.
He faces Miguel Tejada. Look out. That ball off Neiman. Deflects to first to Pena, who makes the grab. Tejada is out of there, and let's see if Neiman is okay. Boy, that was scary. A deflecting shot off Neiman to Pena. And let's take a look.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, that was a bullet. I mean, that was quick. Miguel Tejada does like to swing at the first pitch sometimes. He got a fastball. Let's watch Jeff. Jeff at least turns away from it the way he finished. Got him on the right shoulder.
Yeah.
Right shoulder.
Number one, you're always concerned about the overall safety of a pitcher there, but then beyond that, when you know that you've survived it, you're concerned about being hit in the shoulder. And he's had some, as you know, through the last few years, getting to the big leagues, issues with that shoulder. In fact, he had some surgery on that shoulder back in 05-06.
Oh, that hit him square.
Yeah, he had surgery back in October of 05 on the right shoulder. They shaved the joint between the collarbone and the shoulder, and that slowed his progress. He spent a good part of 06 recuperating from that.
Well, you hope it got muscle. That's the first thing. If you got muscle, he stays loose, he can pitch. At least this inning. But the problem is sitting down in long innings and in between the innings. That'll be the problem. And I can tell you as a catcher, when you get a foul tip back right into your rotator cuff, I'm relating it to that, because if you keep loose and keep throwing, you're all right. It's that night when you stiffen up. or in between innings for a pitcher, for that matter. We'll see.
You know, this is I think it's a very difficult decision to make. You know, I kind of reading Neiman saying, I think it felt okay, I could pitch. And Madden wants to make absolutely sure here. This is, you know, particularly because of the history he's had in his career with that shoulder.
Yeah, that's a different story than a catcher getting a foul tip off his throwing arm.
Yeah, and Madden's waving to the bullpen now. He's not all that comfortable. You know, he may be just fine, and we hope and pray that he is.
It will swell up.
But
I mean, there's no doubt about that.
But it's not the kind of thing that you really, here in the third game of the season, are really with a young pitcher, or any pitcher for that matter, at any time you want to take a chance. And Madden will err on the side of caution here.
Yeah, he's going to take the ball. If he took the ball,
that's a good move right there. You hate to see him leave. You really, really hate to see him leave. But it seems to be the right thing to do.
Well, it's a third game.
Southeast Toyota dealer. You could buy a car that compares itself to a Toyota, or you could just buy a Toyota. Visit your local Toyota dealer today. Toyota, moving forward. And by Geico. 15 minutes could save you 15% on car insurance. Visit us at geico.com or call 1-800-947-AUTO. Back at Tropicana Field, at the top of the second inning. No score here. Rays 2 games plus 2 wins into the season. Not too late to join the team, however. With the Rays season ticket plan, ensure the best seats, ticket savings, and all the great benefits. Visit RaysBaseball.com or call 888-FAN-RAYS. You can call tonight. Well, Andy Sonnenstein will take over for Jeff Neiman. And you know the story on Andy. He was in the battle for a spot in the rotation this spring. He worked very hard in the offseason. He came to camp in great shape. He had a good spring. and the decision was made that he would go to the bullpen with Wade Davis taking over as the number 5 starter. And you know, this role right here is why, and I'm sure any pitcher who goes to the bullpen might be a little disappointed, but you know, this is a very important role, and we're seeing how important this role is going to be right here with Neiman forced out after an inning and a third, hit on the right shoulder by a batted ball by Miguel Tejada. And so here's Andy Sonnenstein now in a very big spot.
Well, that's exactly why you have to have depth in your rotation, and the sixth man goes to the bullpen as your long man for this very reason. Or if a starter gets knocked out just from not pitching well in the second or third inning. That happens every once in a while also. That's where Andy becomes a very valuable guy, and he's got a job to do. This is a big game to win with the Yankees coming in. I know it's only the third game, but the Rays have a chance to sweep here, so Andy has to come up big.
You're going to face Luke Scott. And he goes after the first one, fouling it away. Strike one. Well, it appeared that Neiman is okay, but the prudent thing to do is to take him out of this game.
Well, and I would guess they'd want to probably x-ray it. I'm not going to play doctor, but I think you want to get him out of there, ice it, get the swelling down. There's going to be swelling for sure, and we just hope it hit the muscle, but I'm sure everything is for precaution.
Scott pops it foul, and with that shift on, this one is going to fall in play, but out of the reach of Longoria. And the count is 2 strikes.
You know, Andy threw some really good games last year. I remember the one in New York. I mean, he went, in the 8th inning, I believe. He threw a great game. Unfortunately, had nothing to show for it that day, but obviously he's capable. The Rays know what he did in 08.
Pitch is down. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Really won 13 games in 08 and then went 6-9 last year, and knew that he was going to have to fight to survive this spring. And toward that end, he put in a lot of effort and pitched well this spring. 2-2 the count. Shot one hop. Zobrist from short right field, and the shift pays off. 2 gone.
That's why the Rays have the shift on Luke Scott. Nice crisp one hopper. Hits the dirt. That's played by Ben Zobrist. Hang with him.
That's right. Now, Wieters and the Rays will put the shift on for him. Pitch is down. Wieters is 4 for 8 to start the year. And because of the shift, he's not 5 for 8. At least once in the first 2 games of this series, the shift paid off to keep him off the bases. And that's been difficult to do, as you can see right there, in the time he's faced the Rays. Two balls and a strike. Breaking ball.
Nice little backdoor breaking ball right here. You see Shopik sitting up outside, and Andy Sonnenstein nails it right there, right on the corner. The beauty.
And a wave and a miss. That's going to take care of Wieters. Shopik gets the tag. So the strikeout. 1, 2, 3. Go the Orioles. Rays are coming in to hit in the bottom of the second in a scoreless game. Plus will donate $100 to the Pediatric Cancer Foundation for every Tampa Bay Rays home run televised on Sun Sports and Fox Sports Florida. Evan Longoria to lead off the home half of the second. Carlos Pena and B.J. Upton to follow against Ryan Manis. Starts it with a fastball away. We saw a lot of fastballs in the first inning from Manis.
Yeah, we only saw one curveball, and that was the last pitch, the strikeout pitch to Ben Zobrist to end the inning in the first.
Foul. The count is 1-1. The Coors Light cold hard blast, courtesy of Evan Longoria. Has two of them here in the first two games of this series. 2 balls and a strike. That first one 473 feet into the party deck. It's out of play. Takes the count to 2-2. Had a couple hits in the start Manis made against the Rays last August. Went 2 for 3 off him.
This pitch right here will tell a lot of how they feel about Evan Longoria if they throw him a curveball right here or a changeup.
3-2 and it's rolled foul. Well, they respect him.
Yeah,
changeup there.
Off speed, little changeup right there. I'm saying Evan was ready for it. To let Reeder sits away. That's a nice pitch. Down and away. Tough pitch. 82-mile-an-hour changeup versus the 91-92 fastball he's been featuring. It's a changeup. Now it's one fastball in.
Fouls it.
Well, that's what he hit 473 feet in the upper deck the other night. Was a fastball in. It was also up.
Hit the other way. On 3-2, he changed up on him again and just saw Longoria stroke it into right field.
Yeah, he went right back outside with the same changeup, the 82 changeup, and Evan, nice use of the lower half of his body to get through that ball and throw his hands at it. Shoots it into right field. That's a good piece of hitting right there. And in last August, Evan, struck out against the changeup, and so he saw Mattis last year. That's the one good thing. The Rays are pretty good about that. When they see a new pitcher, like any young pitcher, they'll have the advantage if they've got good command, and he had pretty good command with his off-speed stuff last year. But the Rays at least have seen him once, so they know what he features.
Man on, nobody out. Carlos Pena in the batter's box. And the first pitch is a fastball around the knees. Strike one.
For 8, two infield hits, including one bunt and a double to left. That's a good sign right there.
Two.
Breaking ball right here. Right on the outside corner.
Up a bit. 1-2. Wrapping up the series against Baltimore tonight. The Yankees are in over the weekend. Square 2-2, and the Rays minor league teams will get into action tonight. Jeremy Hellickson, the impressive young right-hander, will pitch for Durham on the road against the Orioles AAA club at Norfolk. A 2-2 count to Pena. Inside. Count goes full.
He's thrown 3 curveballs to Carlos Pena, and that one went around the plate, around the inside corner. Ryan Mattis was hoping for the call. You can see him say, wow. He thought that thing might have hit the inside corner. Fastball away.
Carlos fouls it back. Pretty good cut at that 3-2 fastball. Longoria went to 3-2. And a base hit into right. 3-2 to Pena. Out on strikes. The fastball got him. That'll be strikeout number 2 for Mattis.
Just a fastball away. Outside corner up a little bit. Carlos pulled off it just a little bit. He got underneath it. Hittable pitch. He took a fastball away in the night and shot it in the gap in left center for a double.
Here's B.J. Upton. And there goes Longoria taking off a little too soon, and he is picked off. That'll be a caught stealing, reminiscent of the one on Crawford. Atkins down to Lugo.
That's just first move. Watch Mattis. That's not a trick move. That's the Rays are just running and guessing on first move off the lefty. That's all that is. And twice they've guessed wrong. That's not a trick move. As soon as his right foot comes off the ground, that's a design play. As soon as his right foot comes off the ground, Evans took off.
Upton fouls it. Strike one. Anything there beyond mere coincidence?
Well, I was just thinking they're just guessing wrong right now.
Yeah.
because a lot of the guys are on their own. Now, if you get a sign from the dugout, you can, you know, as a manager, I had 6 different running signs. Lefties, I definitely had a first move sign. But a lot of my guys, back in my day, I had them on their own, just like Joe does. Joe will have these guys on their own and trust them. I think Evan just picked his spot, said, hey, you know, he's not going to throw over the first pitch. I'll take off.
1-2 the count to BJ. Him up. Peters couldn't find it. Now locates it in fair territory just inside the third base line, making the catch. We're through 2. No score.
Rays and may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form, and all accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the Tampa Bay Rays.
Nolan Reimold, the designated hitter, leads off the third. Andy Sonnenstein throws him a strike. Sonnenstein took over with 1 away in the second inning when Jeff Neiman was struck on the right shoulder by a batted ball. 1-1. Neiman had retired the first 4 men he faced. Sonnenstein came on to get Scott and Wieters to end the second. And there's a long shot deep into left field, and that one is out of here. Reimold, who was so impressive last year, had an Achilles problem. They really don't want to play him in the field. He's DHing tonight. And he had a breaking ball out of here. It wasn't much question when he made contact.
Take a look at this pitch. I want to see if it was a breaking ball. I want to see if it was a cutter or not. It might have been a curveball that he hung. And he does throw a lot of cutters. I think that was just a curve that hung. And you could see from that side shot, it was about belt high, sitting on a tee for Reimold.
The Orioles take a 1-run lead. Here's Garrett Atkins, and that's a strike.
Right-handers hit .367 with 12 home runs, and that was an issue a year ago, and you just saw a right-hander do it right there.
But this one back through the middle. Zobrist is there. Well, that had to be a little unnerving for Sonnenstein.
You're not kidding. Right back through the middle. Ben was placed perfectly defensively, and they're trying to go inside right here. Didn't get it in. Down and away. I mentioned last night that Atkins can hit the low ball because his hands are down there. This ball gets away from Andy down. And he has to duck right there, and one hops to the bench.
Now here's Julio Lugo. That's a strike.
You know, I remember last year one of the reasons he had problems with right-handers, we talked about this, is not keeping the hitters honest inside. Shopik wanted that ball in, and it was a good 6-8 inches down the leg where he wanted the ball. You got to keep these right-handers honest by changing eye level, eyesight, going up and in. And last year he didn't do that. Right-handers were very comfortable against Andy.
And then when you miss inside the strike zone the way he did, and he's fully aware of that, toward the right field line, Kapler crosses the line to make the catch, and Lugo's out of there. 2 outs. I mean, Andy's been a guy his entire life as a pitcher. He's walked many people, and in terms of a strikeout and walk and innings pitch ratio, they've always been good. But he's really run into problems, especially last year, with command inside the strike zone.
Yeah, and especially on right-handers, because with lefties he'll throw that backdoor cutter, he'll try to cut it in off the hands. Like right there, he's sitting up outside. He gets a pretty good beat sometimes on the outside corner. But when a righty's up there, sometimes he carries the ball too long and it'll come right back out over the plate.
He's behind Brian Roberts. 2 balls, no strikes now. Roberts 6 out of 18 with 4 walks lifetime against Andy. He drills this one foul. 2-1. And he's behind Roberts, 3 balls and a strike.
Now, this is where Roberts historically is tough. He's a good fastball hitter, and there's 2-0, 3-1 hitters count, so you got to make a pitch here.
And a bouncer, foul outside of the bag. Runs the count full. Run home on the home run. Reimold connecting for his first home run of the season. And ball 4 is down. So Sonnenstein gives up a 2-out walk.
Shopik sets up away, fastball, trying to get it to the outside corner. And clearly, you see the ball is low. Fox tracks.
Well, he'll want to make some good pitches to Adam Jones, because here's another right-handed hitter who was very good against Andy last year. 5 of 7 with 2 home runs in his career off Andy.
Well, there's only one guy in the game I know that can pitch with one pitch, and that's a cutter, Mariano Rivera. And he does it for 3 outs, sometimes 4, sometimes 5. But he's got long fingers, and it's his natural grip. He doesn't even try to make it. It's his natural grip. I think sometimes too many guys fall in love with the cutter, thinking, well, I can do it like Mo, but they don't have the same late movement like Mo has. That's more of a curveball there. That's a good pitch.
Yep.
Top to bottom right there, but a cutter, it can be flat and it's on the same plane as the bat. See, that's a curveball. That's tougher for the right-handed batters, going top to bottom like that. And I just think last year Andy fell in love. There were so many cutters back to back to back that the hitters just had a good read on them, especially the righties. See, I like that. You throw a curveball down and away, and then you try to come up with a four-seam fastball. You don't have to throw 95 to throw a four-seam fastball up and in, above the hands. Kevin Millwood certainly didn't break 90 the other night. He was throwing 88. He's changing the eye level of the hitter, what he's looking at. Make him uncomfortable up there.
Runner goes, breaking ball inside, and the throw, one hops, not in time, and a stolen base for Roberts. He'll hang on at second base. Roberts a little shaken at the bag at second, picking up the stolen base.
Good throw. He might have had a shot at him right there. That was, I think, also a cutter. Pretty good jump. Let's see what he did when his left hand maybe. Sliding head first right there.
Yeah, you get nervous when middle infielders especially start head first into those bases.
Yeah, he did. He got his hand. Yeah, it's one of his hands.
Yeah.
Take a look a little closer. Ben's right there.
Looks like the left hand.
And the right hand as well, both of them. The left, see the right hand a little better. Left hand went right into Ben's right foot. But I think the right hand got stepped. Right hand got stepped on. So both of them had a chance to get hurt.
Yeah, I tell you.
And one of them did.
And if you're an infielder, boy, that's a big part of your livelihood right there. He's all right.
Base runner, Ricky Henderson was a head first guy. Maury Wills was a feet first guy. He didn't believe in the head first for that very reason right there. He said guys would drop down on you, try to break your hands, drop a knee on you. So I started going in with my spikes. Yeah. So I had to drop down on this, coming into your knee.
2-1 and a high shot back to center. Upton with a lot of room, and he puts it away. That will take care of Baltimore. The Orioles get on the board with a run and lead 1-0, middle of the third.
Line drive off the bat of Miguel Tejada. Tejada puts his hands on his helmet. Neiman gets up, and Joe Madden ends up taking Neiman out for precautionary reasons. The guys were getting word down from the clubhouse that he has a right shoulder contusion. He's day to day, and he was only taken out for precautionary reasons. It does not sound very serious. At least that's the vibe we're getting early on. So good news from Neiman. Obviously a scary moment there for the Rays and for Jeff Neiman, but so far it's just a right shoulder contusion. He should be okay. They'll know more obviously tomorrow. Back to you.
All right, Todd, thank you. And if the Rays, as we mentioned, if they're going to err, it's going to be on the side of caution. It's the only thing to do, and that's exactly what they did. And the news
absolutely
appears to be good. As good as you can expect under that kind of situation.
Yeah, and Todd said it. I mean, tomorrow is when you're going to really feel it. You'll be real stiff. And they just got, and the trainers here, of course, do a great job. They'll be all over that. And I mean, it's too early to predict if he would miss a start or not, honestly, because tomorrow's the day you want to see how he feels when he comes into the ballpark.
2-2 the count on Pat Burrell. Gabe Kapler will be next, and then Kelly Shopik against Brian Mattis. The Rays down 1-0. They've fallen behind in all 3 games of this series against the Orioles, and they managed to come back and win the first 2. Full count now. And there's ball 4. The Rays have the leadoff man aboard on the walk. You can experience a Rays game from the all-inclusive Whitney Bank Club. It offers extraordinary seating and luxurious lounge and dining areas. The Whitney Bank Club features upscale full menu buffets and exclusive drink options. Call 888-FAN-RAYS or go to RaysBaseball.com to purchase or pick up more information. Here's Gabe Kapler. Which is low as he takes a very good look at it.
Gabe does hit lefties well. That's his job. That's why the Rays got him. He's a .291 lifetime hitter versus lefties. Last year, .276 with all 8 of his home runs against lefties.
1-1. Yeah, they always seem to be, when you're in that situation, the best lefties too. You know, really talented left-handers you're facing.
That's true.
Foul out of play. 1-2. Rays have lost a couple of base runners in this game in the first couple of innings. Very interested in hearing about your base running exploits too. And spikes high. Did you sharpen your spikes?
I did. I went in actually when I was faster. I went in spikes high, way up high.
And then known as Tyrus Kennedy.
I was, and then later the ball would beat me by 20 feet, and I would go in with my shoulder, and just body rolls, body blocks.
2-2 the count.
I think I stole 3 bases one year.
All right. Well, that's a great speed year for a catcher.
That's a little faster than the average catcher, but still below average runner.
Kapler fouls it back. Yeah, I've seen you in action. You still have some of that speed.
You're not supposed to tell that, are you? That's for later in the season when we get warmed up a little bit.
Yeah, that might be it, yeah. Believe me, later in the season there'll be more material.
I know there will. That's what I'm concerned about.
2-2 the count to Gabe Kapler. And just wide. So full count.
You know, the one thing the Rays have done already is they've gotten that pitch count up.
I was just thinking that. They've done a great job here. They're not even one time through the order yet.
No.
There've been some deep counts.
This is pitch number 50, I believe. Oh, 50 already. There it is.
You know, this is the 5th full count.
Yeah.
He's faced 8 hitters, and the Rays have worked. That's right, 5 full counts now.
And that's with 2 guys being picked off.
Yep.
Mattis might be into about 65 pitches otherwise. Who knows? They're making him work. That's one thing.
And that's ball 4. The walks to Burrell, and now Kapler. The Rays have a couple men on. With Kelly Shopik approaching the plate. for 4. He had the big pinch hit double in the 9th inning on Tuesday night.
The Orioles not really expecting a bunt here in the 3rd inning. Kelly Shopik hits lefties pretty well also, and for power. So Atkins is even with the bag at first just in case. Brian Mattis' job will be to cover 3rd base, but I don't expect a bunt here either.
Fouls it. Strike 1.
Kelly's job obviously too is to get through it and keep it off the ground. But this early in the game, this is the right move. You don't need to give up any outs here. Hey, you got this guy to swing a bat and grab the ball for you.
And we saw the other night what he can do if he gets hold of one.
That's right.
Facing a tough young left-hander tonight, but his career average is over 290 against left-handed.
That's right.
pitching.
I mean, you got an 8 and 9 hitter here tonight, Kapler and Kelly Shopik, that hit lefties lifetime over 290. So let her fly.
And he takes ball 2.
Especially when a guy's walked 2 men already and you're only in the 3rd inning and it's only 1-0. Last thing you want to do is give him a free out. You got to earn it.
Earl at second, Kapler at first. And a big cut. Boy, he got that fastball and had a great idea. Big cut in the miss.
That's the right swing. He's got the count in his favor. 2-1. Take a shot at it. Fastball, they wanted a little bit away. Came in on him, but he was looking for it. Big swing. He just missed it.
So it's 2-2 now. The count to Kelly Shopik. And another full count. How about that?
That's a good take. He saw that ball well right there. See a little frustration on the bench. A lot of full counts. The pitch count is pushing the upper 50s now, 57.
Three-two. Here it is. And he walks him. The bases are loaded. Boy, you talk about working a pitcher. The Rays, 7, 8, and 9 hitters, 3 consecutive full counts, resulting in 3 consecutive bases on balls.
Well, you know, they talk about specialists out of the bullpen. The Rays have specialists as everyday players. They have a specialist in Shopik that can hit lefties, and a specialist in Gabe Kapler that can hit lefties. And both guys at the 8 and 9 spot drew walks, and now they're loaded for that lineup turnover for Jason Bartlett and Carl Crawford. 58 pitches.
How about that? And the Orioles are going to get action in the bullpen.
Well, he really hasn't been sharp from the first pitch, because he walked Carl Crawford, then he got picked off. Evan Longoria battled him for a nice sharp single to right, and then he got picked off. Otherwise, I mean, he might have been knocked out.
Jason Birkin, the right-hander, is up in the bullpen now for Baltimore. The Rays will at the top of the order about to step in, and Jason Bartlett. Bartlett takes the pitch down.
Like a changeup first pitch. It's actually a good call. He hasn't shown command of the fastball. And Jason, that's a good read by Jason Bartlett to take that.
He lines it into left, a base hit. Burrow will score. The game is tied. Jason Bartlett comes to. shoots a low liner through the left side of the infield. And the Rays are on the board. The bases remain loaded. It's a 1-1 ball game.
Yeah, they decided to come right back with the fastball in the 1-0 count, and Bartlett was all over it. And boy, is he hit clutch with runners in scoring position. Good, short, compact swing.
You know, that's why that first pitch was really such a great pitch for him to take, to lay off, because you just knew he was smelling a fastball, and if he got one, he's going to hit it hard somewhere. Now here's Crawford. He hits a fly ball into left. Scott's there to make the catch. Tagged by Kapler at third. He's headed to the plate, and the Rays lead 2-1. Kapler scores on the sacrifice fly. The Rays come right back with 2 in the bottom of the third.
Take a look. Dave Kapler has enough speed. The ball wasn't hit that deep. Good break, and the ball's kind of airmail all the way to the plate. Luke Scott out there in left.
So runners at first and second. 2 runs in, and here is Ben Zobrist. Ben hits a fly ball into left under it. Scott comes in and takes care of that. So Ben jumping on the first pitch. Sky's out. And now Evan Longoria. Two men on with 2 men out. The Rays have taken a 2-1 lead. And the Rays third baseman stepping into the batter's box against Brian Manners. It's time granted by C.B. Buckner.
Evan had a really nice at bat in the second inning. He got a variety of fastballs in off the plate, changeups, breaking stuff, and he shot a nice single to right field and off speed.
Pitch comes inside. One and oh. The bottom of the order is set up this inning by drawing 3 consecutive walks. 1-1.
That's a changeup right there. Now you gotta think that they've got to know there's a base open. It doesn't have to be first. There's a base open at third. The changeup out of the zone. Carlos Pena on deck. And Evan is on fire so far to start the season here.
He hits this one a mile, but it's going to be foul. A deep drive, but foul, and the count advances to 1-2.
My point is, if I'm Matt Wieters, I'm making sure that nothing's over the plate. I mean, he's going to miss. He's going to really miss badly to Evan right now. And if Evan's going to chase, then so be it. But I'm not letting Evan Longoria get a pitch over the heart of the plate. If I'm Matt Wieters, and he's calling, looks like a fastball up here. Let's see.
And a foul ball, foul tip strikeout. And that retires the side. But the Rays come up with 2, and at the end of 3, 2-1 Tampa Bay. Reserve the Corona Beach Bar by calling 888-FAN-RAYS or email groupsales@raysbaseball.com.
I like it. Everybody's got the gear out tonight. I like it.
It's good-looking gear.
It is.
It really is.
It is.
Nick Markakis steps in to open the fourth. First pitch, and that's a fly ball, shallow center. Upton takes care of it.
That was a good one right there. That looked like a cutter that Andy got in there good. On the lefty, Nick Markakis. Take a look, 85 miles an hour. Shopik setting up in. Andy gets in there.
It's really amazing when a pitcher goes through a stretch as Andy did last year. You know, he'd throw that pitch and make good pitches to left-handed hitters with it. But with a right-handed hitter in there, he's facing Tejada, and he throws him a strike here. It became a problem.
Well, I'll tell you one thing. I mean, he's on the left side of the rubber. I mean, a lot of righties will be on the right side of the rubber and make it. I was a right-handed hitter. Make it much tougher on the angles where you pick the ball up for right-handers. When you're that far on the left side, right-handers see the ball right over the mound versus some right-handers I used to face look like they're releasing the ball from shortstop, and the angle's tougher for you.
Fans wanted that call. The appeal to Doug Eddings down at first, and
sure did. He was quick, but he swung.
Yep. And a little tap third base side. Longoria with the pickup and the quick throw to get Tejada. 2 outs.
Well, Levin makes that play. He does that as well as anybody I've seen coming in and transferring on the run. All in one motion, throws a strike over there to Carlos. Well, that's 2 nights in a row. That's why. I mean, last night, Kerwin Danley missed the call, and Carl Crawford, where clearly he did not go.
Yeah, the Rays are seriously 0 for 2 in check swing situations the last couple nights. Luke Scott takes a pitch high, 1-0, and
I talked to Brignac today, came on my XM radio show about that. He said, Kevin, I was in no man's land because it was such a late call, and Carl was already down to first base.
Yeah. This one toward the left field corner. Got a 2-hop to short wall as Crawford picks it up, and Luke Scott is on his way to second with a double. Well, I talked to Madden about that call last night and what he said when he went out to talk with Kerwin Danley about that, and he said he went out there and said, look, I know I can't talk to you about balls and strikes here.
Yeah, that's great.
He says, but
otherwise he's out of the game.
Yeah, so he said, but what did you see?
That's a good way to put it, Joe.
And
that's experience.
And Danley said, oh, he went, well, he didn't. I mean, everybody in the park knew that. And and here's the thing last night that happened. Madden did not belabor that point.
No, he didn't.
But the fans really picked him up. Ground ball down to first. Pena with the toss to Sonnenstein. Wieters is out of there, and that retires the side. Man left at second, bottom of the fourth coming, 2-1 Rays.
versus the big bad boys from New York.
It's going to be a huge weekend for us, Todd. You know, tickets are already selling at a great pace, but there's still plenty available. If there's one message we want to get out is please make sure you buy early so you don't get left out. There's some available, but the walk-up is going to be incredible. And if you want to guarantee yourself that seat, I'd go online right now to racebaseball.com.
Some of the giveaways we have this year are outstanding, and this weekend we can kind of get the parents and their kids to look the same with the new Rays alternate jersey. Tell us about the Friday and Sunday giveaways.
Friday night, we're doing a T-shirt series on all the Friday nights, and the first one is the alternate jersey. You're exactly right, the new light blue. And then Sunday, we're doing a Soriano jersey for kids.
And guys, we're going to unveil that new alternate jersey, the look in the post-game show on Rays Live, as Carlos Pena leads things off against Brian Mattis here in the bottom of the fourth. Mark, in addition to the giveaway items, and it's going to be big crowds, as you mentioned, through the weekend, Friday nights is going to be a little different around here this year, isn't it?
It's going to be a huge party. You know, our Saturday and Sunday nights already perform well beyond the league average, but Friday nights historically have performed more like weekdays. In most markets, they perform like weekend nights. And so we've added a lot of bells and whistles to it like we have on Saturdays and Sundays.
And you got under it a little bit as Adam Jones waits for it in center field and puts it away. That was very close to that catwalk. But tell us more about Fridays.
We've added a lot. Captain Morgan's come on board and decides the big party deck out in left field. There's a signature drink that's going to be having a special run for it. It's a 20-ounce yard glass. It's a really great thing with their line product. All the first 10,000 fans will get that custom T-shirt. There's post-game fireworks. You can walk out onto the field through the center field fence and do a big party post-game. So the whole night's going to be one nonstop party.
Post-game fireworks.
You know, it's actually really, really fun. We've seen the demo of it, and it's probably an 8 or 10 minute set to music, and it's truly indoor fireworks. It'll be a lot of fun.
Well, the Yankees are always a big draw. This weekend's probably going to be huge for fans. Always, it's an advantage to get your tickets early by calling 1-888-FAN-RAIS.
888-FAN-RAIS or racebaseball.com.
All right, guys, it's going to be a lot of fun here at the Trop with the Yankees in town this weekend. Back to you.
All right, thank you, Todd. DJ Upton up here, one out with the bases empty, and the count is 2-0. DJ to be followed by Pat Burrell against the lefty Brian Mattis, with the Rays leading this 2-1 ball game. And, you know, we were talking before the last break about how Joe Madden thought the fans just picked them up because they were very vocal, and that means something.
Well, I was talking to Reed Brignac about that. He said the fans really let us know how they felt. He was really impressed. And the guys were talking about, I never heard the fans react like that for a good, inning and a half there. Yep. And they were right, and, you know, hey, umpires miss them, but you know, don't be so adamant that, hey, I saw it when you really didn't see it. You missed badly last night on that. And so that's why you saw Joe react on the one to Miguel Tejada, because clearly, I mean, he broke his wrist, the bat was out in front, and he missed that one too.
3-2 the count to BJ. And he draws the walk. That's 5 walks issued by Mattis. We're 1 out into the 4th inning.
Yeah, trying to stay away from DJ. Clearly misses down and away. Well, a little bit down. Hit the outside corner, but below the zone.
Pat Burrell walked and scored in the 3rd inning. It's a foul ball for a strike.
That's where you really need Pat to get on one right here and open this game up. I mean, you got Mattis on the ropes last inning. The Rays swung at a couple of first pitches, and really that could have been a knockout inning. They did take the lead, but here's where Pat's got to be the guy that they got him for.
Okay, it's back in there at first.
And I wouldn't worry about running right yet early in the count, just because it'll distract Mattis a little bit more if BJ stays there until it gets deeper in the count. Maybe Pat will get a cookie and hit one out of here.
There he goes, and the pitch is fouled back.
Well, he did get a cookie.
Yes.
He did get a cookie, and he was all over it. He just missed it. And the reason I say if BJ's there, I mean, Mattis wants to go quick to the plate. Sometimes when you rush to the plate like that, you make a mistake, and you tend to get more fastballs when you got a great runner like BJ at first base.
Oh, 2 now to Burrell. Davis missed with the fastball. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Okay, back in. And the Rays had 3 walks and a hit in the third and scored a couple runs. A sacrifice fly also involved in the scoring. Jay's going. Swing and a miss, and the throw is not in time. Burrell chased the pitch as Upton took off and logs the stolen base.
BJ read that pretty well. This ball is clearly outside, probably up a little bit from that vantage point. BJ's in there easily. Got a good jump. Good read. BJ taking a peek back just in case the ball's put in play. First stolen base of the year.
And here's Kapler. 2 outs with a man in scoring position. Gabe fouls a fastball back into the screen. Five walks, a couple of hits. The Rays with 2 runs. One and one. Gabe, 34 years old. Gives the Rays some versatility and a right-handed bat here against the lefties. And another good look. 2 and 1.
Gabe does a good job at reading the pitch. I mean, he's got very little movement. He waits a long time before he makes a pass at the ball.
And 3 and 1, it rolls away, but Upton not in a position to attempt an advance.
That's all right. He's already in scoring position. He'll score on a base hit. The ball didn't get far enough away from Matt Wieters anyway.
So it's 3 and 1 to Kapler. And a soft liner back at third, grabbed by Tejada to retire the side. Rays leave a man at second. We've gone through 4, and the Rays lead 2-1. On in relief of Jeff Neiman. Neiman pitched an inning and a third, was hit in the right shoulder on a ball off the bat of Miguel Tejada. Suffered a contusion and was removed for precautionary reasons. Nolan Reimold hit a home run in the third, accounting for the Baltimore run. 1-0 the count to him. 1-1. Fly ball center field. And BJ right there for it. So Weber takes one away here. Time for the Keep Your Edge Spotlight. Brought to you by Just for Men. Mustache and Beard. Andy Sonnenstein giving the Rays the edge here so far tonight. And you too can keep your edge with Just for Men Mustache and Beard. Sonnenstein here following the misfortune of Jeff Neiman. Fortunate in a way in that it's only a contusion, it appears. So yeah, that was great news to hear.
You're right, absolutely. And he's got a little lock in that outside corner here going. And Chopping calls one up and in, and he hits his spot.
He's ahead here in the count against Garrett Atkins. 2 strikes. Pitch there was foul.
Well, he's throwing more curveballs, and I like that. Again, we talked about that. Not everything's a cutter. He's throwing that overhand curveball, and part of that's the game calling too, behind the plate. That's a curve,
just off the plate, but a pretty good idea.
I liked it. He doubled up on it. That's a good call by Kelly Shopping. He doubled up on the curve. Outside corner. It did miss by a whole lot, but it missed. That was a cutter.
It's up and away. 2-2. It's going to be a line drive and a fair ball that skips into the corner over the low wall, and it's a ground rule double. So Atkins has a 1-out 2-base hit.
Yeah, 2-2 fastball just missed. He missed middle in. He's trying to go away. He missed middle in, and Atkins is all over it. Nice play. Nice play by Pena down there. Is that an imposter?
He's got better range than we think.
Yeah, absolutely.
Here's Julio Lugo now. Flips it foul the other way, out of play. Strike one. The Orioles got Lugo right at the end of spring training from the St. Louis Cardinals. It gives them a little more depth on the infield. Count. Another foul about the same spot. 0-2. And there's Mike Ekstrom down in the bullpen. Acquired over the winter. Picked up from the San Diego Padres. So he's busy in the bullpen.
Well, we saw in spring training that Ekstrom had no problem coming in with men on base and getting a ground ball or two.
Fly ball, center field. Upton going back and is there to make the catch. That'll be out number 2. He tracked it and gloved it. Atkins still at second.
Yeah, he got a good read. BJ tracks well, you're right. And then glides back and makes the play.
Sonnenstein in relief here, closing in on 50 pitches. He did have, and fairly early in the spring, a couple of outings of 4 innings. He got into a stretch there when he was competing for the 5th starter spot where he was stretched out a little bit. And then later in the spring, not so much. And here he is now, being stretched out a little bit in relief of Neiman. Ball 1 to Brian Roberts. Roberts walked and swiped a base in the 3rd. Grounded out his first time. That's a strike.
Hit the half-century mark right there. 50 pitches, 31 for strikes, 62%. That's about major league average. 62% is. Nothing wrong with that try, though. That's where you want to live. You want to go down and away. That's a good effort. Was away.
Atkins second, 2 gone, 2-1 the count on Brian Roberts. That will even the count at 2-2.
Like a little cutter right there in. Nice sequence so far. Curveball that he missed, a couple of fastballs away, cutter in. I think the key is he's throwing more curveballs. And that's going to help your cutter and your regular fastball.
And a shot that's going to be foul down the right side. I think we mentioned the last time Roberts was up, he, over his career, has had a pretty good measure of success against Andy. 6 out of 18. Figures out to a .333 average with 4 walks, and then the walk in the 3rd, his 5th walk drawn lifetime against him. So he's been on base a lot.
Yeah, he's thrown the whole arsenal in this sequence to Brian Roberts, too. So Kelly Shoppick had a little meeting of the minds with Andy to see which way they want to go here on a 2-2 count. Try and run at second.
2-2. And a one hopper knocked down by Bartlett. Over to 3rd goes Atkins. And the inning continues. That's going to be a base hit for Roberts, his first of the year, to snap it 0 for 11.
Nice play by Jason Bartlett to save the run right here. It's a fastball away. And Roberts does a nice job of going right with it, but Jason was playing over that way and able to knock it down, keep it in the infield, and save a run right there.
So the Orioles have men at 1st and 3rd, and that's going to be it for Sonnenstein. Joe Madden comes out, so he gets 54 pitches out of Sonnenstein in relief, but Andy departs. He'll get a good hand as the Rays make the pitching change. We'll return in a moment. News from Dave Schreiber. Also join Dave Sunday during the Rays game against the Yankees for a live chat on FoxSportsFlorida.com. It's the rundown with Dave Schreiber, only on FoxSportsFlorida.com. Mike Ekstrom, the new pitcher for the Rays, their third. Spent a little time with the Padres last year, most of the time in AAA ball. Very good success. The pitch to Adam Jones and the strike, and well located.
It sure was. It painted him up right there, down and away, outside corner at the knees. With the fastball, 91 miles an hour.
One and one. Fastball and then the slider up. Ekstrom making his Rays debut. And he's ahead of Jones. I think he was a little quicker than Jones thought with a little movement.
Yeah, he's got a nice compact delivery, and this ball did have some little sinking action and tailing action to it. That's a nice pitch right there, 92. With the fastball, and you're right, some movement down.
That's really what the Rays saw in him when they picked him up from the San Diego organization. And a wave and a miss. The ball in front of the plate. Chopic with a throw down the first to complete the strikeout, and that retires Baltimore. They lead 2, and the Rays lead 2-1. In the third, and took the lead when Carl Crawford sacrificed fly, scored Kapler. The Rays have a 2-1 lead as they come into hit in the bottom of the 5th against Brian Mattis. And Kelly Chopic, the Rays catcher, leads off. He takes one low.
Well, Andy Sonnenstein should be happy, and Joe Madden and Jim Hickey, I'm sure. He did a nice job coming in that spot and keeping the game right there, getting into through the 5th. Pena giving them some confidence.
Oh, Chopic went on the appeal, says Doug Eddings. The count goes to 1-1. Boy, Eddings he just couldn't wait to confirm that he had gone. So it's a 1-1 count.
I think he probably did from that shot. I think he probably went. See the barrel of the bat come out front. But you know, Andy, he did a nice job. I liked that he threw his curveball more, and that helped his cutter. And it helped his regular, four-seam type fastball, two-seam fastball. Different plane for the hitter to see that overhand curveball.
It's fouled down in front of Tom Foley and toward the bullpen. 2 balls, 2 strikes. So 3 1/3 for Sonnenstein. He made 54 pitches, gave up a run, and a strikeout and a walk. So nice job. He was suddenly called upon to enter the game when Neiman left.
Locked in right there with Carlos Pena.
And Chopik out in front of that pitch, a changeup. And he's out on strikes. So that's 5 strikeouts for Matters.
That's good arm speed right there. Right over the outside part of the plate, and they had a little drop there, a little sink to it. See Kelly swings over the top of it. Good arm speed on that 82 change. Looks like a fastball to the hitter.
Jason Bartlett. And a strike. Jason drove in a run in the 3rd. He is 1 for 2. And down on the count this time. 0-2. All the scoring tonight so far has come in the 3rd. It's strike 3 call. He's doing the breaking ball there. So back-to-back strikeouts. Let's take a look.
And he doubles up on the breaker ball too. Curveball. Little sweeper right there. Fox Tracks didn't like that one, off the inside corner. And we know Fox Tracks is right.
That's right. Within a 1/3 of a baseball.
Well, that was more than a 1/3. It missed badly. Jason Bartlett was right. There you go.
Was it a 1/3 of a 12-inch softball?
I think so. Basketball's still going on, you know.
Yeah, that's
playoffs starting here soon.
One strike in the count here to Carl Crawford. Checks this one all the way low. 1-1. Mattis in the mid-90s in pitch count now. The Rays, through the first 3 innings, really had him going. The first time through the order with a lot of pitches. There were a lot of deep counts. Two and 2 to Carl. Out on strikes. 1, 2, 3 go the Rays. 3 strikeouts in the inning. Rays lead 2-1.
head to the 6th inning. Hey guys, some congratulations are in order for the Shields family. James Shields, opening day starter, his wife Ryan, the proud new parents of a baby girl. There you see Shieldsy. He did not have a whole lot of sleep the last couple of days. And how about Ryan? She was out here on opening day, and she gives birth just a little more than 12 hours later. Congratulations to them as they have a second girl to go along with their lovely daughter, Ashton, who is very excited to have a baby sister. Guys, back to you.
Yeah, James was very determined on the mound, and Ryan was determined to be here opening day. And it all worked out. Congratulations to all of them.
Congratulations is right. Absolutely.
Two beautiful daughters now.
We knew James was working fast the other night.
That's right.
Rightfully so.
Nick Markakis leading off here in the 6th inning in this one-run ball game. Tejada and then Scott due to follow. That's a strike. Mike Ekstrom on the mound, the third Rays pitcher.
These Orioles guys have never seen Ekstrom, so they're trying to get a read on him. So far we've seen fastball, slider, two-seamer right there.
2-2.
Good sinking action on that side of the plate. Away from lefties and into righties. Watch the movement on this pitch. It's a strike right there.
Now full count. And a base hit taken the other way. Fastball up just a little bit. And stroked into left for a leadoff single.
Yeah, that's the difference. That's why he got it on a line. Ball was up. If it was down and away, you're looking at a ground ball to short. Yeah, that's just above the belt right there, really. Almost letter high.
So leadoff base hit. And here's Tejada. Strike.
A good slider right there. The outside corner.
Not 0 for 2 tonight. He's out in the 4th on a nice play by Evan Longoria. Ball toward third. Evan came in and got it. Well, there's a big cut on a fastball. 2 strikes. This one hits Tejada. Well, an 0-2 pitch, and Tejada is hit. So that pushes Markakis into scoring position in second as Tejada goes to first.
Yeah, he tried to run a fastball up and in on Miguel, and he saw it run all right. Ran right into his left hip. Second time he's been hitting this series. That's a tough call right there in this situation, because now you put two men on, and you had Tejada on the ropes right there.
So with 2 on, nobody out, Luke Scott due up, and the Rays are getting a little action in their bullpen. Scott doubled in the 4th, grounded out in the 2nd inning against the Ship. Low. No ball, no strikes. It's Grant Balfour just starting to throw.
Scott's a pretty good fastball hitter, but you'd like to see a nice fastball away that runs so he can perhaps roll over it for a nice 4-6-3 double play. stalling right here.
Check swing foul.
Looked like a slider back to her.
Nobody out on a single on a hit batter. 2 men on. Balls and a strike. The double by Scott in the 4th inning, his second hit of the series. He homered in the 4th inning of the game here Tuesday night. One of 3 solo home runs the Orioles hit that night. And Ekstrom misses low. He's behind 3-1. Wieters is on deck.
That's for a young guy. This is where you find out if he can make a big pitch, a 3-1 count to a power hitter. Something not over the heart of the plate.
And it's high. He missed with a fastball. And the bases are loaded. So Markakis goes to third, Tejada to second, and here's ball 4 to Scott.
Clearly up and away. Shopik does the best he could to try to frame it, but no chance. Got to be too fine. Gotta trust your stuff.
Well, it's Wieters. The bases are loaded with nobody out. And Joe Madden makes the walk from the dugout to the mound with Balfour down in the bullpen. So the Rays in a bit of a spot in the 6th inning. And Joe's going to make the move. Balfour is ready and Ekstrom departs. We'll be back in a moment. The bases are loaded with nobody out, so you talk about a guy coming in with his back to the wall. The Rays do lead 2-1. You look at the numbers on Grant last year, 73 appearances, a lot of appearances.
Yeah, just about every other day. The walks are too high, 33 walks and 67 in the 3rd.
Yeah, and you're right. You look at the opponent's average, only 235. And the ERA is 4.81. Well, the walks factor into that.
Exactly right. Too many hitters counts. As we No, an electric fastball.
And so here's Grant Balfour to face Matt Wieters. Rays have led 2-1 since the bottom of the third. We're in the top of the sixth inning right now.
This guy's a good fastball hitter, but you got to make a pitch with it if you're forcing a fastball. He did.
And there's a strike. So Grant comes in with that fastball to get the count running in his favor.
Yeah, he did. He made a nice pitch there. Outside corner, at the knees. Look at that. Box tracks right on. You make a living right there.
And a line drive into center. That's going to be in there for a base hit. Markakis scores. Tejada stops at third. The bases remain loaded, and the game is now tied. It's a 2-2 contest as Wieters drives in his second run of the series.
And Wieters gets a lot of top hand. That ball. Take a look. This fastball's up, and he gets his top hand over it and through it. How high up that was? Way out of the zone. See the top spin right there. He didn't get backspin. That's a good thing.
Yeah.
Otherwise, we're looking at 4 on that swing.
The DH, Reimold. Strike one, a fastball. Reimold, 1 for 2 on tonight. And this ball gets away from Shopping, deflects off the plate umpire Buckner, and a run will score as Shopping runs it down. And the Orioles take a 3-2 lead.
There's a slider right there, and a pretty good one. Good bite to it, good tilt to it. Take a look what happens here with Kelly. Oh, went right underneath him. Right between the wickets right there. Hit the umpire, looked like in the knee or the shin guard. Tejada reads it.
So it's a 3-2 ball game. Post a wild pitch to Balfour, and that's a little tough.
Yeah, it really should have been a pass ball because Kelly didn't get the glove down or his legs down. I'm sure he'll tell you that too. I got to block that pitch. Right underneath his glove. And he's done a pretty good job. Every time you see him catch.
Pitch, did he go? Yes, he did, and he is out on strikes.
Those are some good biting sliders right there by Balfour. Kelly got the glove down that time. Take a look at this shot. It's a slider once again. Watch Kelly now. He'll read this. Now he got down on that one. He got the glove down and the knees down. Look at the side if Reimold did indeed go. Oh yeah, he went by plenty. Broke the wrist, throwing the bat out in front.
So that's the first out. Atkins. Scott's at third. Wieters is on second. Inside. 1-0. This one up the right side, and that's going to be in there for a base hit. Kapler makes the pickup. 2 runs will score. Atkins drives in both. So the Orioles, with an opportunity, have cashed in. They've scored 4 times in the inning and have taken a 5-2 lead.
Yeah, it's just a fastball that he missed up out over the plate. And Atkins just fights it off and drops it into right field for the two-run single. Just not a good location. He missed up and he missed middle in.
And Lugo takes a pitch down and away. 3 runs charged to extra. And the other run in this inning belongs to Balfour. Atkins at first, 1 out. And Lugo helped him a little bit. Chased that pitch, and it's 1-1. Balls and a strike. Markakis opened this with that base hit to left. Tejada was hit by a pitch. You know, you look at this, and Markakis went 3-2, and that fastball was up enough for him to line it into left, and then Tejada was down 0-2 when he was hit by a pitch. So mislocation, a hit batter.
Well, yeah, the difference in this game is when Mattis got in trouble, walked the bases loaded, the Rays only got 2 runs out of that. Kind of helped them out a little bit. They had a couple of first pitches. They could have had the knockout punch.
C.B. Buckner takes another shot on the foul ball by Lugo. So it's been a challenging inning for C.B. Buckner, the plate umpire.
Fastball right down the middle, off the glove, off the mask, off both masks.
Shopping was. Did you see Shopping asking for another baseball, and Buckner was nowhere to be seen?
So wait a minute. Let me stand up first.
He said, which one am I supposed to hand you here? There are 2 or 3 that I'm seeing right now.
Hey, I mean, we talked about that last night. It really is not funny what happened to Kerwin Dantley a couple of years ago. That comes back at your mask over 100 miles an hour in a foul ball like that.
And Lugo is out on strikes. He chased a high fastball. So he helped the Rays a bit, chasing a couple pitches in that sequence.
Yeah, he sure did. It was a very doable game, but it had a different feel. This game had a feel like the Rays should be up, 6 or 7 to 2. Right. And now they're down 3, but there's time to go. You just got to put zeros up there now.
Brian Roberts. Fastball, and he fouls it out of play. The Orioles with 5 runs, 7 hits. Rays a couple of runs, 2 hits. Matt Albers has been throwing in the bullpen for Baltimore now. They have 5 innings out of Mattis. Two and 1. Out of play. We go to 2 and 2.
Pitches already for Grant Balfour in this inning.
And he misses up. So that's going to take the count all the way to 3 and 2.
Yeah, this is outside. Plenty.
on the ground to second. Zobrist with the toss, and then retires the side. It's a 4-run sixth for Baltimore, and the Orioles take the lead as the Rays now trail 5-2. We go back to the second inning. And Miguel Tejada lines one back off the right shoulder of Jeff Neiman. Ball deflecting over to Carlos Pena. And Jeff suffered a contusion and was removed for precautionary reasons. That was the Coors Light Freeze Cam, brought to you by Frost Brewed Coors Light. So Neiman pitched an inning and a third. Andy Sonnenstein, 3 in the third, gave up a run. Mike Ekstrom, a credit for a third of an inning and was charged with 3 runs. Grant Balfour finished the 6th, gave up 1 run. And Pat Albers is the new pitcher for Baltimore as Ben Zobrist takes the first pitch down and in. 1 ball.
Got to come right back, get a couple of these runs back and make this a game again right here with the heart of the order up for the 3rd time around the lineup.
1-1. Well, it's the middle part of the order. Zobrist, Longoria, and Pena. And beyond that, Upton.
Albert's numbers from last year, not that great, but he threw pretty well the other night.
Opposite foul, carry into the seats. He worked an inning and a third in Tuesday's opener. He gave up 1 hit, struck out 2. And struck out and has lifted a fly ball into left. Next one close for a ball. It's 2-2. Tap back to the hill. Albers with a little lob to Atkins. That retires Ben Zobrist. And we'll get Evan Longoria up there. Evans 1 for 2 tonight. And a base hit in the second. Struck out swinging in the third. Pitch strike.
A good fastball with some movement on it from Albers. He's got that funky delivery, arms and legs flying all over the place.
Pitch inside. 1-1. Breaking ball that stayed in. Yeah, we mentioned it briefly the other night. Here's a guy a couple of years ago with a little shoulder issue, and there was discussions about surgery, and he decided to forego that and rehab it. High shot back into straightaway center field. Jones, with a few steps still on the turf, makes the catch. 2 gone.
Yeah, I mean, the way Albers is pitching and just letting it fly, he's not worried about any arm problems now. Pretty good swing by Evan Longoria. Just got underneath it a little bit, but hit it to the deepest part of the ballpark.
So 2 up, 2 down. Bases empty for Carlos Pena. And there's the first pitch strike. Albers originally got to the big leagues with Houston. That was in 06. 1-1. Out of the Houston area, Sugar Land.
Dropped a pretty good curveball on Carlos Pena for a strike, and he missed on the last one. That was a slider.
Two and one. Back. Albers came to Baltimore from Houston as part of the deal for Miguel Tejada.
That's right. Yep.
Now playing third base behind him. Tejada back with Baltimore. This is part of a deal that involved Luke Scott, among others. Dennis Orfate. We've seen him the past year and a half or so, time to time, out of the bullpen. High fly ball. This one back into deep center field. Jones will have room, and on the track makes the catch to retire the side. Couple of deep fly balls to center. We're through 6, 5-2 Baltimore.
Seventh inning. Tonight is the start of the 2010 season throughout the minor leagues. The Rays have Matt Joyce and Hank Blaylock batting back-to-back at AAA Durham. And guys, here's some other of the prospects around the minor leagues and where they are starting. Jeremy Hellickson getting the start tonight for AAA Durham. Desmond Jennings starting the year on the DL, but he'll be a big part of that Durham Bulls team. Jake McGee and Alex Torres, the guy they acquired in that Scott Kazmir trade. A couple of lefties starting out in Montgomery. As Jones takes a strike. Also some talent all the way through. You saw Matt Moore, Matt Sweeney, Tim Beckham starting on the DL. All those guys are going to be at Charlotte, and Alexander Colomé starting at Bowling Green. Dwayne, a lot of talent to watch for this year. We'll be keeping people updated throughout the season. Back to you.
Yeah, you're right about that. And, it's great to have that kind of talent coming, and a couple of those being ready right around the corner. Jones sends a fly ball to center. DJ makes the catch in center field. That's the first out in the seventh inning. Come out this Sunday, the 11th Family Fun Day presented by the St. Petersburg Times, when the first 10,000 youngsters 14 and under receive a Rafael Soriano Youth Alternate Jersey T-shirt presented by Majestic Athletic. So check out RaysBaseball.com for ticket information and more coming up this Sunday when the Rays take on the Yankees.
You know, that the youngster Alex Torres, the lefty, that's a guy I get really good reports from some of the Angel people.
Oh, yeah, you're right. And had a chance to see him throw a couple of times in the spring. And you can see where the Rays would be happy to have him. In fact, you know, that's a deal that has the potential. You know, the Rays made a great deal when they picked up Garza and Bartlett with Minnesota. And, you know, you've got to give up some talent. They did in that with Delman Young. He's a very talented outfielder. Well, same thing with this deal with the Angels. You've got to give up some talent, and the Rays did that in Scott Kazmir. But, you know, they get Sean Rodriguez back. We've seen what he's done in the spring. They get Torres, and they get Sweeney, who's going to a left-handed bat who they really like. You've got three players right there that really help your organization going forward.
I didn't like on a national scale with some of these national radio shows and TV and others that just ripped that deal and said, oh, the Rays are just putting on Kazmir because of the money and this and that. And that goes back to, you know, people don't understand the evaluation process. Sure, there's money involved. We know that. But also you have people to replace Scott that were ready.
Gombrich will pick up at second, and Markakis is out number 2.
I mean, obviously David Price and Wade Davis, and Neiman came to his own last year.
Sure.
But, you know, I asked, especially Mark Gubas, one of my good friends who lives in L.A., and he does the Angels broadcast, super big league pitcher, and he said, the Rays got 2 really good guys. He said, you're going to love the stories when you see him. I have not seen him yet, but Sean Rodriguez I saw plenty of, and Sean already helped in his win one game this year in his first start at second base.
Ground ball off the bat of Tejada, and a nice backhanded pickup by Zobrist from second, and it's a 1-2-3, top half of the 7th. We go to the home half with a score 5-2 Baltimore. Depot doing more on defense. Play, nice job there by Ben Zobrist at second base on that ball hit by Tejada. The Home Depot doing more on defense play.
It really is amazing that Ben could play right field a couple of games and then come right back into the infield and make plays like that.
Well, it's getting late. Bottom of the seventh. The Rays are down 5-2. The first pitch to B.J. Upton's a little tight, up and in. 1 ball, no strikes.
Hey, there's one that went in fair with the Rays.
Yeah, there you go. Things are looking up. B.J. misses this one. It's 1-1.
Off that movement. Hey, Albers is going pretty good here at the start of the season.
It's 2-1. Fastball by him up.
Wasn't by design, but it worked.
Yep. And BJ is out on strikes. 4 in a row retired by Albers.
That's some hard sink right there. 93 and the bottom falling out. Tough pitch right here. Look at that movement.
Wow. The count to Pat Burrell. Rays scored 2 runs in the third. Since then, they've had just the walk by Upton in the fourth, and nothing else from the offense.
Well, they had the knockout inning, and they weren't able to do it. They did get 2 runs. So that was an inning you could have got 4 or 5 and really knocked Mattis out of the ballgame and got rid of the bullpen early. Really let him off the hook.
Mattis gave up just 2 hits, but he walked 5 in 5 innings. And third inning was the inning.
He had 0 command until his last inning. He struck out the side in the 5th. You could tell he was pitching with better pacing, and then he knew he was out of the game after that. And that's actually when he had his best curveball and his best changeup. They ran off the inside corner.
Pat thought he'd drawn the walk there.
Pat was right. Is that a strike?
And now it's a full count.
3-0 count, and they give him this pitch, and then he has to swing at that because that is a strike. Amazing pacing of the game.
And there is ball 4.
Same pitch.
So he draws the walk.
Same pitch as a 3-0 pitch. Look at it. See, 4 and 6. I still have my eye.
Ree Brignac will now pinch hit for Kapler. With
play a lot of
Albers.
pool, you know.
Strike. Reed got a start last night, had a couple hits, went 2 out of 3. Two strikes. Randy Choate had been up in the bullpen, and he's been joined by Dan Wheeler. Sonestein, Ekstrom, and Balfour getting into the game so far tonight. Wheeler, the only member of the bullpen who hasn't pitched in this series.
Yeah, Dan's got to get some work.
1-2 now, the count to Brignac.
like Dan to face a couple of hitters at least before the Yankees tomorrow night.
Yeah, just to get that first appearance out of the way and
tune up.
Hey, there's a base hit into right field by Brenyak. Burrell's going to go to third. Throw from Markakis into second, and it's first and third. So Brenyak comes off the bench and puts a little life into the trop with a line drive base hit into right.
He got on top of that one, and we talked about him last night, a couple of big hits. Got through that, just dropped the head on it. Look at that. Just dropped the head on it, got right through that. Nice short swing right there. That Burrow chugging around, making it in there easily. Got some action going on now.
Couple men on base, and Deanna Navarro is the hitter. Well, you never know.
Deanna's job is to make sure he keeps it off the ground. I mean, you got to get one of these runs back at least. Got to get a pitch he can drive.
There's a strike to Navarro. Deanna 2 for 6 lifetime. Coming in here against Albers. A little low. In fact, he had a base hit off Albers here in the opener Tuesday night, so that would make him 3 for 7 against him lifetime.
Joe Madden likes matchups, and I think he would have done this anyway. But then when you look down and you go, well, he's 3 for 7. That just makes it a lot easier for the manager to say this is the right move at the right time.
Right, that's right. First and third with one out.
And Deanna had some good at-bats the other night, opening night. He had a couple of hits, had some good at-bats.
And a roller to the left side. Tejada goes to second. Out there, they get a force. Burrell crosses the plate. Navarro reaches on a fielder's choice. So the Rays make it a 2-run game. It's now 5-3.
Not hit quite hard enough to turn 2. It looked at first like maybe they would. Brian Roberts elects not to even try. Deanna, of course, from the left side, but you can see Tejada with that little flip, and Brian Roberts just makes sure he gets one and avoids Reed Brenyak, who went in there hard. Got a good jump and a good secondary lead and went in there hard to help eliminate any chance of Brian Roberts trying to turn it.
Top of the order, here's Jason Bartlett. There's an opening fastball for a strike. So it's 5-3 now in the 7th. Fly ball into right. Markakis is there, however, to make the catch. And the Rays are finished in the 7th with a run. On to the 8th, 5-3 Baltimore.
seconds to remind you about our AutoWay poll. The poll revolves around which starting pitcher for the Rays will end up with the most victories in the 2010 season. You can vote for TB1, the opening day starter right there, James Shields. TB2, Matt Garza. Jeff Neiman, TB3. By the way, Neiman left the game, if you hadn't joined us earlier, with a contusion on his right shoulder. David Price, TB4. Wade Davis, TB5. Text 789-789 to vote away. That poll is brought to you by AutoWay. AutoWay, if you need a car, truck, or van, who are you going to call? AutoWay. Call 1-800-SHOP-AutoWay, guys.
All right, Todd, thank you very much. Randy Choate will take over. He's pitcher number 5 tonight for the Rays. There are other defensive changes as well, and we'll get to those in a moment. Deanna Navarro is behind the plate, hitting for Shopik in the bottom of the 7th. And Luke Scott in the batter's box. Foul ball for a strike. Brignac is at second base. Reed Brignac stays on to play second. And Ben Zobrist moves in to play right field. So it's a 2-run game. Walked and scored a run in the 4-run 6th for Baltimore. And Choate misses 1-1. Neiman worked an inning and a third and left when he was hit on the right shoulder, and the ball hit by Tejada. Suffered a contusion. Andy Sonnenstein worked 3 1/3, gave up a run. Mike Ekstrom a third, 1 inning charged with 3. Brad Balfour 2 innings and surrendered a run, and now it's Randy Choate.
You got to put a couple of zeros up there. You got 6 outs of offense. You're going to face Jim Johnson in the 8th, and then Mike Gonzalez if it gets to that point. Put him right back out there tonight.
Strike 3 call. Scott caught looking, and Choate picks up out number 1 in the 8th.
Slider right here. Drops right over the inner third of the plate. Upper part of the zone.
Now Wieters, the young catcher, will turn around to bat right-handed. Wieters singled in a run and scored a run in the 6th. Choate delivers ball 1. Arnold is due next. Wheeler continues to throw in the bullpen for the Rays.
Well, you got 3 right-handers in a row. It'd be a good spot for Dan to come in.
And a foul back. It's 2-1. Cut by Wieters.
Not bad for Dan to face some lefties, though, too, like he did in the spring. I think that'd be good for you. Gets lefties out.
I don't think that's true of Wheeler and all the right-handers in the bullpen, with J.P. Howell on the shelf right now. Line drive into left, sinking, and it's grabbed by Crawford. Oh, they're going to say that he didn't catch it. David Devieux says he didn't catch it, that he trapped it, and it's going to be a base hit. And now Madden's going to come out to have a conversation with Devieux. Oh, Carl indicates that he caught that ball.
Carl wasn't trying to sell it as a trap. He was just letting you know, I've got the ball. You know, Carl, he wouldn't argue if he didn't catch it. I mean, that's 2 plays in back-to-back nights against Carl. Let's see.
He caught it.
He caught it. He backhanded it.
Oh, my goodness.
That is not a trap. Let's take a look at this tight shot right here. That's a catch.
Yes, it is.
Boy, they've had a rough time, these umpires in this series. All he's doing is showing you the ball. He's got it. He's not trying to sell it.
Well, you know, Madden's pretty calm out there, but the Rays come out on the short end of this deal. Oh my!
Right under the glove. Do I need to circle it? I mean, it's there. You could freeze it for 10 seconds if you want, and then he hits the ground. I mean, I'm not sure how you really miss that if you're the second base umpire, because you've got a perfect angle from there.
Well,
and then that forces, you know, Joe to have to make a move.
Yeah. And it'll turn the face of the inning around a bit. Wheeler's going to get the call, and we'll be back in a moment. We'll be with you on Fox Sports Florida for that one. Fox National for the middle game of the series on Saturday, and then on Sun Sports Sunday. Runner at first, 1 out here in the 8th. Nolan Reimold is the hitter, and Dan Wheeler makes his first appearance of the year. And the pitch is down a bit.
You know, I got to say, I mean, I watched that live. I wasn't even watching the monitor. I didn't think there was a question. I was shocked when there was a reaction all of a sudden.
Well, it was like the other night when the call was made by Danley. It just changes the inning, and that call by Danley killed the Rays inning. And this one, instead of 2 men out and nobody on, now it's a man at first, 1 out. You still got to get a couple outs. Ground ball third. Longoria to Brignac, 1. First base. Oh, safe the call over there. Rays thought they might have a chance to turn 2, and Reimold, who's had that Achilles problem, beat the play at first. Wheeler threw the ground ball, and here's another look.
Evans spears it. There was a strike over there to Brignac. Nice turn.
I think he might have missed that call.
Take it one more time. Take a look at the glove. No, I think it's. No, he was on there. Left foot was on there.
He beat it. So Wieters is forced at second. Reimold reaches on the fielder's choice. There's Garrett Atkins. He's had a couple hits tonight.
My problem on some of these calls is don't guess.
Yeah.
Don't just assume it's a trap. Last night, the check swing. Home plate umpire Kerwin Danley says he saw Carl Crawford break his wrist. I mean, the replay wasn't even close.
That's right.
Ask for help.
Yep.
Don't force MLB to bring replay into the infield or the outfield on plays like that. I mean, just do your job.
And then strike 2 to Atkins.
If you can't focus for 9 innings, then you know what?
That's a problem.
That's an issue.
Yes, it is.
Good pitch.
Reimold, the runner at first. 2 gone. We're in the 8th. Into the dirt. It skips past Navarro, and down to second goes Reimold. It's a wild pitch.
You know, there were some umpire supervisors that got fired this winter, you know. Kind of a surprise, but I'll tell you what.
Might have been the split he tried to throw.
Yeah. I think it was. A little slide action, too. Is that easy? About a 48-footer or so?
Yeah, exactly. So now Reimold's at second. Another one in the dirt. He tried to throw the slider there, and it's 2-2.
You got all these evaluators and all the stuff that happened in the postseason, and where are we at with it?
Yeah, well, and the problem is now you know it's tough enough to get 3 big league outs. Now you got to get 4. And that just missed for ball 3. The count is full.
That's good location, but it's away.
To Atkins. Strike 3 call. He got it. Atkins caught looking, and that retires the side. A man left at second. Auto Way. By Checkers, Little Place, Big Taste. And by Tobacco Free Florida. Escape the addiction of tobacco. Be free. Visit FloridaQuitline.com. We're back in the Trop. Rays are down by 2. It's a 5-3 game. Remember Crawford, Zobrist, and Longoria do. Will Ullman is the new pitcher for Baltimore. This will be his 3rd appearance already.
Alberts threw the ball pretty well. Last season's numbers, not that good.
Crawford takes the pitch down.
If I ever manage again, I'm going to start carrying a flag in my back pocket. Just do it automatically.
Just a challenge flag.
I'm a challenge, yeah. One challenge a game, you pick your spots, no penalty. You know.
Chopped down to first, and Atkins will make this play. And that's the first down. Well, you know, the other thing it does, not only is, I mean, it forces you to have to get a 4th out. But, you know, here's a case where the Rays are down by 2. They're trying to get a run or 2 here, but it pushes the lineup around again for Baltimore.
Oh, absolutely.
Back with a new pitcher in a moment. Scott's official lawn and garden company of the Gators. Jim Johnson, the new pitcher, as he faces Ben Zobrist. 1 ball, no strike, starting him with a fastball away.
Dave Tremblay trying to manage these final 6 outs. He's mixing and matching.
Zobrist takes a strike.
Ullman for 1 hitter to just eliminate Carl Crawford getting on base with the heart of the order coming up.
Johnson has good stuff.
Yeah, he does.
He can be tough.
He saved, what, 10 out of 17, I believe, last year. But when we saw him, he pitched pretty well.
Yep. 3 balls and a strike. Pitched a scoreless inning Tuesday. It back. 3-1 now. There's a liner into right center field. Extra base is coming for Zobrist. It'll go all the way to the wall. Ben will turn second and head for third, and he's going to make it without a play. Ben Zobrist triples up the alley into right center.
Well, he got identical pitches on a 3-1 count. He fouled this same pitch back. He got it again, and he nailed it. Squirted up perfectly, right in the gap, and he knows there's turf that he's got a chance for 3. He's not settled right here on 2. And that's on his own. He didn't have to look over at Tom Foley at third base. He knew the ball was in front of him. You don't need a coach. He was thinking 3 all the way.
Here's Evan Longoria. And a ground ball, base hit to the left side. Zobrist scores, and now it's a 5-4 ball game. Longoria on the first pitch drives in the run. His 5th run batted in of the opening series. It's a 1-run game.
Not wasting any time. A fastball ran in and down a little bit. Right on the inside corner, and Evan gets it in the right spot, right to the hole. He did get his hands inside it. The sharp grounder right through the left side.
Well, Johnson got Longoria the other night on strikes. He went through Longoria, Pena, and Upton 1-2-3 on a strikeout and 2 ground balls.
Clay Meredith getting up in a hurry down there.
Giving up a triple and a single to Zobrist and Longoria tonight. And here's Pena. There's Meredith in the bullpen.
You know, and should you want him, Willie Ibar is still available. He's on the bench. He hasn't had an appearance yet. And it's Sean Rodriguez as well.
Pena takes one down. Of all those strikes.
I got a feeling.
And I like that feeling. A ball, no strikes to Carlos. 5-4 ball game. Pena takes a look low. 2 balls, no strikes. Grounded out against the lefty. Johnson gave up the triple to Zobrist and the RBI single to Longoria. Now it's 2-0 to Pena. And a ground ball right side out of that shift. Roberts gets the ball away to second finally with Tejada taking the toss. So it's a fielder's choice ground ball for the out.
Looks like he almost couldn't get it out of his glove. Got some top hand on that, rolled it over. Couldn't get through it. And had a big bounce off the turf right there. Ryan trying to get the handle to get a nice flip. And he did in plenty of time. Tejada. He also had to wait for Tejada to get there a little bit.
There are 2 outs with Pena at first. Upton will be the hitter. The Orioles talk about it on the mound. Rays Live, the post game comes up immediately following our contest here. And we've had 3 close ones. Jay, 0 for 2. He walked and stole a base in the 4th. And it's low. PJ has never had a hit off Johnson. He's 0 for 6 lifetime against him. Nothing like the present.
He's due. That's all.
1-1 with a foul ball.
That's a pretty good pitch. 93 with some sink to it. Tough pitch. Tough pitch to elevate right there. Good movement. Look at that.
Yeah, he can really drive the ball down.
Yeah. He gets on top pretty well. He throws right over the top anyway. He really turns the wrist and forces it to sink.
2 balls and a strike.
Slipped up a little breaking ball there. Backed it up a little bit.
And he pops him up. Left side, foul ball for Tejada. He's got it to retire the side, and the Rays inch 1 run closer. Triple by Zobrist, the base hit by Longoria for the run. And at the end of 8, it's 5-4 Baltimore. For Baltimore. And Wheeler on the hill for the Rays. Julio Lugo steps in for the Orioles. And the pitch hit on the ground toward the middle, and Bartlett's there. Throw to first. Got it. Nice stretch by Pena to keep his foot on the bag for the first out.
Oh, it really was. Nice play by Bartlett to get to it and get it over there. Stay down on it. Sidearm throw over to first. Nice stretch by Carlos.
And Bartlett checking out the call and likes what he sees.
Yeah, he didn't have time to get up on top. He did the right thing. Want to make sure it didn't sail too much.
1 away, and we go to the top of the order. Here's Brian Roberts. Ball 1. Roberts walked, stole a base in the 3rd, and singled in the 5th. Officially 1 for 3 tonight. It's fouled away.
You know, I think, and I'm just throwing this out there, Brian, when he didn't attempt to turn that ball in Navarro, I don't, you know, I know he had some back problems. I just don't think he wanted any part of trying to make a turn. I still don't think he's 100%.
Yeah, he was not completely well with that back, the disc problem this spring.
I think that's the last thing he wanted to do was getting taken out and try to make a turn right there on a double play when Navarro hit that little ground ball to Tejada. Tejada didn't give him the quickest of feet, but a lot of times he'll come across the bag and he just stayed right there like a first baseman. I'll just take the sheer out at second. Here's
the 2-1. And That's going to be a base hit up the right field line beyond the bullpen. Zobrist plays it out, and it's a 2-base hit for Roberts. So Roberts shoots this one up the right field line.
Take a look. Navarro setting up a way. Had a little tail to it, but the ball was up. That 4 right there on the Fox tracks. You can see it's up, and he little slide uppercut, rolls over the top hand, and just got it in the right spot down the line.
Well, it doesn't get any easier with Adam Jones coming up and Markakis due next. One on, one out.
Well, it also goes back to what you were saying at the end of the last inning, is that by missing a play like that Crawford makes, it turns the lineup over. So now you're getting into the heart of the order.
Yeah, you got at least one more of their good hitters up there that you might not otherwise have to face.
And I always say, you get those 5 at bats for those good hitters, they're going to get their 2 hits.
Ground ball toward the middle. Brignac's there and makes the throw to first, and over to third goes Roberts. 2 gone here in the 9th inning. Beginning Saturday, America's Pastime returns to Fox. The best players, teams, and matchups every week. And it all begins with the defending World Series champion Yankees taking on the Rays, or the Cardinals, Brewers, or the Mariners, Rangers. Fox Saturday Baseball returns this Saturday following this week in baseball at a special time, 2:30 p.m. Eastern on Fox. Check your local listings for the game and start time in your area. Well, Markakis due, and they will walk him intentionally. Markakis will be issued the intentional walk with Tejada, the right-handed bat, on deck.
Well, this is where Tejada becomes an important piece that they signed and traded for this offseason, because they didn't get a whole lot last year from Melvin Mora in the run production spot. And, you're going to see a lot of this. A lot of teams are going to put Markakis on. Tejada's still a good hitter. He hit 300 for the Astros. And he does that. He drives in runs because he goes the other way.
So Markakis is at first after the walk. You see the matchup. Tejada 2 of 8 with a homer and 3 strikeouts against Wheeler. Markakis first, Roberts third, 2 outs. Rays trying to keep it a 1-run ball game and have a shot in the bottom of the 9th. Ball 1. Tejada 0 for 3 tonight, but he played a big part in this game when he was hit by a pitch in the 6th on an 0-2 count.
That's right.
And that moved Markakis up to second and set in motion what turned out to be a 4-run inning for Baltimore.
And really, in this series, he doesn't have a lot to show for it, but he hasn't swung the bat that badly. Hard off of Neiman's shoulder, and caromed over to first base for an out. That would have been a bullet for a base hit. And he hit that rope the other night off of Soriano with the bases loaded. And Carl Crawford made a nice play on it. That could have cleared the bases. So he's not swinging the bat badly. It's early.
Two and 0 the count. And a fly ball into right field. Zobrist is there to make the catch, and that retires the side. Baltimore strands 2. We go to the bottom of the 9th. 5-4. Rays need 1. And our checkers double of the game. The Rays with 2 comeback wins. Tuesday, it was Carl Crawford's double. The Rays pulled a 4-3 victory out. They won last night 4-3. And tonight we go to the bottom of the 9th. Pat Burrell leads off against Mike Gonzalez, the lefty, and the pitch is high. 1 ball, no strike.
You know, it's an identical scenario, too, because Pat led off the other night, and he ended up making an out, and then Sean Rodriguez came up and hit a base hit.
Foul ball out of play. Sean Rodriguez is on deck.
Yeah, same part of the order came up the other night. 7, 8, 9. And the lineup turned over and gave Crawford a chance to win it.
Burrell has walked twice tonight and scored 2 runs. In between, he struck out. 1-1 the count right now. Upstairs.
That's a slider and not a whole lot on it. Not a whole lot of bite. I mean, it looks like Mike is really trying to pump up and force the issue.
Drops a strike in. 2-2.
Little back door right there. Pat's sitting on number 1, but that's a hittable hanging slider right there. Not a devastating pitch.
Fouls this one back.
You got that one, same pitch. Almost identical location.
Can he get another one of those?
We'll see.
2-2. All 3. Full count. 3-2. And strike 3 is called. A 3-2 pitch, and Burrell is caught looking.
He got another one. That's a hanger. I mean, that's not a great pitch. It's right there. Top part of the zone. Everything's been up from Mike and Saw. I mean, look at that. I mean, it's the top part of the zone right there.
Sean Rodriguez will now be the pinch hitter for Brignac against the lefty Gonzalez. That's a strike. I'd like to welcome the fans from South Florida watching the Panthers. They've joined us here. The Rays are down 5-4. 1 out, bottom of the 9th inning. Sean Rodriguez is pinch hitting here for Reed Brignac, facing Mike Gonzalez, the Baltimore closer. 2 strikes the count. Rays winners in the first 2 games of the series. Comeback wins 4-3 and 4-3. They're down 5-4 tonight. Upstairs, a ball and 2 strikes. Rays got down 5-2, scored a run in the 7th, a run in the 8th, and now up for their final shot in the bottom of the 9th. And to even the count, 2-2. The Orioles have come right back here with Gonzalez, who the Rays beat on Tuesday night. And Rodriguez, did he go? Yes, he did, says Doug Eddings on the appeal to first. The Rays have had a difficult time on that appeal process in the series, but Rodriguez is out here in in the 9th inning.
Here's what Doug Eddings saw. I mean, he carried the bat in front of the plate. So I got to say Doug was right on that one.
And the Rays are down to their final out. And Deanna Navarro, who entered the game as a pinch hitter in the 7th inning, drove a run with a fielder's choice ground ball. Hits against Gonzalez. 1 ball, no strikes. Right now, the starting pitcher for Baltimore, Brian Mattis, would be the pitcher of record. He hung around long enough.
Yeah, they let him off. They had him on the ropes and let him off. In the 3rd inning.
Upstairs.
Gotta turn that lineup over now.
3-0. Boy, you'd love to see Bartlett get a shot. He's on deck.
Might have to take 2 right here to get Jason up there.
Strike call. Take a look at this on Fox Track.
Yeah, 3-0. Boy, they're liberal with the zone.
I guess they are. Look at that.
Track's way up and out of the zone.
Well, he missed again, and that's ball 4. It's the 7th walk issued by Baltimore pitching tonight. And Jason Bartlett will get a shot with 2 outs and a man aboard.
Well, you like to see those top of the order get that 5th at bat, and here it is for Jason Bartlett. He does have an RBI single back in the 3rd.
And Bartlett, part of that inning here Tuesday night, they intentionally walked him to get Crawford's left-handed bat up there. And a base hit into left for Bartlett. Down to second goes Navarro. How about this? It's going to be Crawford and Gonzalez again.
I'm telling you, those good hitters, they get that lineup turnover, get that 5th at bat, they end up getting their 2 hits that night.
So a reenactment of Tuesday night coming up.
And Bartlett just proved that. Nice short swing, fluid right there. One thing about Gonzalez, everything he throws, at least in this series, has been up, whether it be that little slider or his fastball. And Carl got a fastball the other night, top part of the zone, and he got through it and hit a line drive double to right field for the game winner. Here it is, Tuesday night. Take a look. Can't go any higher up the zone. That was the top part of it. Carl didn't pop it up. He got through it on top of it. In the game winning, what turned out to be credited as a double. Bases loaded.
And here's Carl Crawford again, men at 1st and 2nd. And he takes a pitch down. 1 ball, no strikes.
I think the message was, let's get the ball down. Because everything's been up. Every hitter in both of his appearances this series.
And that's down 2-0. So following the 2-out walk to Navarro and the base hit by Bartlett, 2 pitches down out of the strike zone to Carl Crawford. And a little tapper, that's going to be foul. 2 balls and a strike. Right down to the wire again.
He got a pretty good pitch to hit there in a 2-0 count.
They got Burrow looking. They got Rodriguez on the check swing appeal. In the walk and the base hit. 2-1 to Crawford. High. 3 balls and a strike.
Dave Tremblay had that look to Rick Kranitz like, this is our new closer.
Now the 3-1. Ball four. The bases are loaded. Navarro will go to third. Bartlett to second. Crawford has drawn the walk. They're going to be loaded for Ben Zobrist. Zobrist will hit right-handed here against the lefty.
How about these numbers? 417, the bases loaded, 4 home runs, and 34 RBIs.
Ben tripled in the 8th and scored on Longoria's base hit to make it a 1-run game. They're loaded with 2 outs in the bottom of the 9th. And he tried to check and could not. Heading says he went around.
That's the best slider Mike Gonzalez has thrown in his 2 appearances as far as tilt. See a cross bend at the knees right there. Broke to the left of Matt Wieters. That was his best slider by far. Orioles get Meredith up for Longoria. Should have get that far.
0-1 upstairs. 1-1 the count. 8 walks tonight. Drawn by the Rays hitters. There's Clay Meredith up. And a fly ball into right. Markakis is there, and the game is over. On a 1-1 pitch, Zobrist flies out to right. The Rays with 2 outs load the bases and leave them that way as the Baltimore Orioles win the final game of this series. It's a 5-4 final. Mattis will get the win, Ekstrom the loss, and out of all of that, Gonzalez will get his first save for Baltimore. 3 hours and 22 minutes the time of this game. So the series is over. The Rays settled for a series win, taking 2 out of 3. Rays and the Yankees tomorrow on Fox Sports Florida in high definition. Our coverage begins at 6:30. Now for Kevin Kennedy, Dwayne Stats reminding you, Rays Live, the postgame comes up next. Hope you enjoyed the telecast, if not the outcome. We'll see you on the postgame.